people are constantly raising the bar.
Sacrifices need to be made.
What would you guys say are your biggest weaknesses?
You or your enemy right now?
The success of life.
Just a fucking podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to the Student Side Hustle. This week I'm speaking to the fifth guys. This is Giacomo and Stefano. They make EDM, sort of trap bassy music. And how did you guys start doing this?
So we started like in separate ways. So that I started making music at the end of I think it was like 15 years old.
Yeah.
And started making music with some program, I don't remember. And I learned something, and after like 5 or 6 years, I met Giacomo.
Yeah.
And we started this project called The Fifth Guys.
Mm.
And we are here.
Yeah, what made you like decide to do it? Because a lot of people tend to take a very like a normal path of like university or just sort of getting a job. Or what made you decide to do this?
Okay, actually we are both students.
Yeah.
Because right now Stefano is studying informatics.
I'm studying computer science, and I am a student at music school here in our city.
Yeah.
And me, I am a mechanical engineer student. Yeah, it's a bit harder.
How do you guys go about balancing that with your like hobbies and like while balancing work?
It's
like,
a madness. It's completely a madness. Yeah. We try to organize everything every single day. In fact, every week we decide to meet up together just a couple of days before, because we don't know when I'm in my town or I'm in Genoa, or when Stefano has time to meet to come in the studio, because we have 2 people and we have to synchronize all our things to.
For example, I play in a band.
Yeah.
I have to go to my girlfriend. Yeah. I have to work because I do.
The girlfriend is the most important for. Yeah.
We have very little time to organize, and so.
Generally, we start meeting at the studio every Sunday from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Every week. And after the first year, because it's just past a year, and since we start this project, and right now we restart again meeting at the studio every Sunday, because probably it's one of the 2-3 days I have free for my life, for my girlfriend, for my passion, for see my family, because every part of the week I'm in Genoa studying hard and try not to explode.
How do you go about like keeping all the things in balance? Because I for myself personally, I'm also a student, because it's the student side hustle. It's like I'm studying podiatry, I'm working a little bit, and I'm trying to make a podcast and all that sort of stuff. And I always find the balance quite hard. How do you guys go about like staying disciplined and keeping everything in check or up to date?
It's quite hard. That's because we have a lot of things to do, but we are really organized. And we plan our meeting like 1 week for the other.
Yeah. We try to do it, but
it's very difficult. But,
because every week we have something different. I have exam, I have the band, every time is difficult than respect the
until now
before.
We somehow we managed to do that, and so
Yeah, in my opinion, organization is the first thing to succeed in all the things you have to do, you will do.
you have to be organized.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah, because you can't do music, go to university, especially in another city, because you have to travel and so have a girlfriend, sometimes hang out with friends, and have a social life and things like that. Yeah. It's really hard, but we are succeeding.
Do you ever like sort of? Do you ever have doubts about the project? Like, because I know, like, do you ever sort of think, wow, it would be so much easier if I quit this sort of thing? Like, and how do you manage those thoughts when you're like, oh, I'll never make it, blah blah blah? Like, do you ever think that way? And like, how do you manage that sort of stuff?
Sometimes, in my opinion, for me, yes, but there are basically two things that makes me keep going. Okay, the first is that we have to be positive minded. I think is the right expression or something. But you know.
Yeah.
Because it's important to be positive. If you think negative, something negative will happen. Okay, but sometimes there are periods where you think, oh fuck, I have too much things to do. The song isn't ready. We have to release it next week.
Or like when you have a writer's block and you can't write something.
Yeah.
And you start making sounds and you can't succeed in nothing and you become sad. But the trick is the positivity is thinking that you're gonna make it.
Yeah, there was a period in February. I woke up at 6 a.m. because I was still traveling from Alessandria to Genoa. Now I live there during the week. And I woke up, I received a mail on our personal mail. Stefano was sleeping. I hope for him.
I was.
And this mail said that all our tracks will be taken down from all stores, etc., due to aggregator. You know, sites that help.
Do you know like Sunday Music or Repost Network?
Or
I don't know.
CD Baby, TuneCore?
I'm not quite sure. Is it sort of like something that distributes these songs?
That's right.
Okay.
That's website. And the website we used went bankrupt.
Yeah.
And we lost like 500,000 streams on Spotify.
Like, I was like, fuck.
Oh my god.
That morning, probably, I have said the weird things in my life. Yeah. But fortunately,
we managed to do the switch to another distributor.
Yeah, and Spotify gave us back all our streams.
Yeah.
And in that period, that morning, I was like, no, okay, I can't do this.
Gonna make it.
Yeah. I remember I sent a vocal message full of scream and things like that. That lasted around 10 minutes. and I told him after, don't listen it. Trust me.
I have some screenshot of that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, because it was an example of a tragic moment that made me think, okay, we can't do this because we don't have a label. We are independent and we like stay staying independent just because you can focalize on your style, your music, you don't have to do the same thing because the label wants you to do the same song you have released a couple of months before, and so on.
The beautiful thing of that is you can shape your fan base around your musical tastes.
It's
something that you...
When like it comes to like staying independent versus like getting a label, when would you consider getting a label, and when would you consider like staying independent?
Wait.
Okay. Now we are doing our fan base.
Well, right now we are in a transition period.
Yeah.
Okay, because we started as independent. Okay, we released 3 songs. The first one, Dex. That was the name of my cat. Yeah. Okay. The second one was Prediction. The third one was Knowledge. And after Knowledge, we realized a track for a label that is friend label based in Swiss.
Yeah,
Swiss.
Yeah, it's a Swiss label.
Yeah. We received an article on DJ Mag Italy and so on, and we released there because I have to do a favor to the owner because it's my friend. He was keeping asking me why you don't release here, and there was this was the first time we made over 100,000
streams.
Yeah. And right now we are keeping releasing music for free because we have the idea that music is a beautiful thing, okay, and should be free. People don't have to pay for something like music, okay?
Yeah, I think it's like same with podcasts. Like it's like there's a way you can monetize it without making someone have to pay for it.
Yeah, we can monetize.
Yeah.
With the bankrupt of Sunday Music, that was our music distributor, we lost
a lot of money.
A lot. Trust me, that a lot of money. Right now,
like 500,000 streams for like
$4,
$5.
Okay. Just with Spotify streams.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are a lot of ways you can monetize your music and keeping it free. Yeah.
And keeping the benefits of being independent.
How do you go? How do you go about monetizing it?
What?
How do you go about monetizing it?
It's quite easy, and it's also the reason why our tracks were taken down from all the distributor, like the streaming service, like Spotify, Apple Music, and so on.
Basically, the site we use.
Okay.
Yeah.
We put the tracks on the site.
Okay.
He distributes
spread to
like Apple Music, Spotify, and so on.
And after they
collect the money from and the royalties from the streams, and they give us.
Okay. Yeah. It's like we give our music to a distributor. The distributor send our music to Spotify, iTunes, etc.
Yeah.
And after streams, time, etc. That is a long explaining. Spotify and iTunes, etc. Give the money and the royalties to the distributor, and the distributor give the money to us. And Spotify and iTunes, etc., can't keep our music if there isn't a distributor.
It's like
in the moment of when the distributor declared bankrupt,
Yeah.
the tracks were
taken down
Mm.
just because Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, etc., can't keep tracks on
Yeah.
their site, because keeping tracks is like keeping your money. I can. It's illegal. Okay.
It is a process like I don't know if you remember when they started making videos on YouTube using a partnership.
Yeah.
Is the same. It's quite the same thing.
Oh yeah. And could we go through the process of making a song? So, like, how do you start making a song? Does it come with like, do you have like a general theme you'd like to cover, or how do you go about making it? And then does the beat come first, or does the vocals come first, or how does that thing sort of work?
I think it's quite different.
There is not a straight process.
Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes it's really,
or just a sound, or some percussion, something we find around. Can be anything.
Yeah. Sometimes our track "Things Went Wrong" was realized because we didn't have the idea of the drop, and I talked to Stefano and Matteo that it's a friend that came.
We were like in the studio with
our friend.
He likes me when I play something keyboard, and he made a video of me playing. And in that moment when
we decided to go away from the studio because I said to them, I would like to take my cigarettes. I would like to smoke a cigarette. So we have to buy it. Let's go away from the studio. Yeah. And in the way back to the studio, Matteo
showed me a video of me playing, and he told me like,
it's cool melody. Yeah.
Can you use that for the drop?
We watched the video. We watched together, and we say, okay, it's that should be. And the melody.
Yeah. Do you like to sort of, you'll be just like going around with life, and then you'll find something that could fit into it, sort of thing?
That's good. We in music sometimes it's good not to plan.
Yeah.
It's good trying randomize the sound and see what you get.
It's
And like
when I was producing alone, okay, maybe third, fourth year of high school.
Yeah.
There was 2 times. There was a time that I was sleeping, okay, and I dreamed a melody. I woke up. I still remember it because I woke up saying, "Oh wow, I have to take on it." And the day before, I started working on a track that is still my first original or second original song on an Italian label. And there was also a time where I was at school. We were having a history lesson, and I started thinking about a melody. I had an app on my phone with the piano. My professor is blind. You don't have to do this at school because it's not very good.
Basically, he started playing the
piano and with my earphone, of course. And I came up with another idea, and in that moment I was 18, so I can write my personal. Come si dice?
It's like when you go out of school before the lessons.
Oh yeah.
By myself, okay.
Yeah.
And in that moment when I wrote the melody, Yeah,
he signed and he went out.
Okay, let's go home and let's work. But
Yeah.
generally, I'm a good student.
Yeah.
No, seriously.
What about when it comes to like finding different sounds? Like, where do you go if you want to find a unique sound or like a unique sample? How do you go about finding those? Do you just sort of look around at like random sounds, or do you like record things? Or
Okay, this is a funny question.
It will belong.
Okay, yeah.
So, allora,
Please, Stefano,
I like
tell us.
I like very much sound designing. I'm a big nerd. And I like hardware synths.
I'm also nerd too, but in another way.
I like playing with electronical things. I like the things. And I started making sounds right at the beginning of my music production career.
Yeah.
So the majority of our sounds are original.
Yeah.
For example, synth sound, they are rarely a preset. We start from scratch our sound.
Almost never. Yeah. But sometimes, Stefano loves to do random things on synthesizer and just without any precise way. He doesn't have obiettivo, come si dice? An objective, a goal. He wants to arrive. Okay.
Yeah.
For me, it's like some Zen.
Random things. Sometimes I record and
I sit at the computer. I meditate and make sounds.
Yeah. Sometimes he makes sounds. He records it and he put in a folder and say, okay, one day I will use it.
I hate sample packs.
Yeah.
I hate sample packs.
Yeah. Is it just
For me,
so like everyone's
like
using the same thing, sort of thing, and you don't want to be using what everyone else is using?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, I think the majority of productions uses the same sounds,
Yeah.
the same percussion, the same synths, and I got really tired of that, and so I started making my own sounds, and we use our sounds.
Okay, that's my turn because I'm also a sound nerd, but in a different way. I told you because
he's more sampling kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes there was a Saturday. I remember that it started raining like I never seen in my life in my town, and we start recording all the fucking things in the studio. Okay, I keys dropping that you can hear it in through my money. Okay. Yeah. My girlfriend say it's fifth, guys. There is a party in Things Went Wrong in the second drop. That's
fifth, guys.
If she says it's fifth, guys. We also record it. Yeah. And all the things like that because
I took the sounds. We processed the with in the studio, and we use that. We have like our sample packs of sounds came from the studio.
Door. I don't know. Everything it makes a sound.
and like you can sort of implement every sort of sound out of daily life. What about when it comes to like? I'd like to finish off with this. What would be your main advice for someone who wants to get into this sort of music? They want to start making this kind of music, but they want to be original with it. They want to make it well. What would your advice be to them?
You have to sing with your soul.
Yeah.
That's even in electronic music. That's something I don't know. You think is mechanic. There is a soul. It is good to put some soul in your music, like I don't know, blues music, blues. blues for me is a genre that you make with soul, and that can be applied to EDM or electronic music. You have to sometimes not work with your head and work with your heart.
For me, the best advice is you have a story. Tell it. You can't do something you
aren't. Like,
Yeah.
If you are some type of person, you can't do some type of music that doesn't represent you.
Yeah.
Even if you, I don't know, you are like ghost producing someone.
Yeah.
You cannot be yourself.
Yeah. You can arrive maximum at 80-90% of, but something you
there will be
don't have, you aren't.
There will be something that describes you. Like when you play some instrument. When you play something.
In every track we made, there is something that talks about me, something that talks about Stefano, something that talks about us. Yeah. Because
even if the genre are quite different. We don't go like about we make only trap music. We make only future bass. We make a lot of genres.
Something,
but
and
we
let's
feel ourselves.
Yeah, but the lyrics of Things Went Wrong was made by my girlfriend. Yeah, and it was not the best period in our relation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fact, the lyrics say, I thought that I did my best, but things went wrong, and something about that that talks about a guy or a lady that tries to make the difference in a relation, etc., etc., but it doesn't succeed in. And that's why we told that music should talk about you. Okay, in every track you can, if you know personally me, Stefano, you can recognize what have made Stefano. Okay, because it's something that Stefano is a pianist. Stefano is that kind of person, and when you listen to the track, you say, okay, this part I think was made by Stefano, and also other part you can see, you can say, yeah, this part is something that probably came from the mind of Giacomo, and so on. But just if you know us in personally, okay, in real life, for other people is like a unique person that makes a track, okay? That's like a fusion of mind. So people don't know us separately, separately, and they just see a unique man, a unique guy, made from true mind that makes a song. You can recognize exactly who made a part, who made another part, just because you see the global project, okay, the global music, without knowing the people in real life. Well, it was the worst, the best talk in my life. So long, so understandable, incredible.
The concept is like nowadays everyone can do something like something generic, and I think the best thing an artist can do is put some of his experience, some of his life in his music. Like recognizable.
I definitely think like the more I put my my personality into the podcast, the more I can enjoy it, and like the more I just do it just for myself and just do it like that, I find the easier it is. And
That's right.
I definitely agree with that. Whereabouts can people find your music online? Where can people find your social media? All that sort of stuff.
Social media. We are
everywhere.
Everywhere. We are on Facebook. We are on
Spotify, of course, Apple Music, Instagram.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the Student Side Hustle. I would appreciate so much if you would leave a review if you'd like to hear more of what I'm saying. Then I would love if you would follow me on Instagram or check out my other social media, all linked in the show notes. And again, I would just like to say thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful evening and study hard.